Yerp. What's goody team? What's goody team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for February 2nd, 2026. Hope everyone had a good start to their week. Let's go ahead and activate these pairs real quick. We're going to be starting off with AUD-USD and finishing off with silver. As you guys know, we will go in order from the top to the bottom. Should be a pretty quick session today. Any questions before we get started, let me know. I'll give you guys 2 minutes in the chat. Any questions, any specific pairs you guys want me to go over, any trades you guys took that you want me to talk about and analyze, anything at all, let me know. I'll give you guys 2 minutes in the chat. Once again, I'm still in Miami, so I don't have 2 monitors with me. I only got 1 monitor, but it's all good. We'll work it out. I'll be going back and forth from the chart to the chats. Finally, what's good, Kendall? Yeah, what's good, Muhammad? Yo, we were speaking about you yesterday, man. What's goody, my brother? Welcome back. Hope you've had a good start to the year so far, my brother. Yo, it's freezing. I gotta put a fucking hoodie on. Oh, man. It's way too cold. Way too cold for Florida, man. What's goody, guys? Chilla, Muhammad. I don't know how long you haven't been here for, but I'll give you a little life update. My fucking car broke down, so I'm still stuck in Miami. But I ended up buying a new car a couple days ago, like 2 days ago. So I'll be going back home in about 2 weeks from now. In 2 weeks, I'll be back home. Sister has a baby shower on Friday. Her birthday is in a week, 2 weeks. And right after her birthday, I'll be back home. So, holy shit, and it's cold as fuck here in Miami. I don't know who gave Miami permission to get this cold, but, you know, here we are. AC is off, windows are closed. I don't know why it's so cold in my room, bro. Like, the walls are cold, the windows are cold, my chair is cold. Some light. I got a 2025 Hyundai, the Elantra. Nothing crazy. Better than the piece of shit car I had. Very nice. Yeah, it's a dope car. I've been enjoying it. Put that shit in sport mode, bro. I went crazy today. Good choice. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good choice. I mean, anything is better than what I had, man. I spent over $2,000 in the last month trying to repair my car, and nothing worked. So it's all good. Everything, bro. The ignition switch, the cylinder, the cables, the alternator, new battery. I did it all with that car, man, and nothing worked. My last straw was I was driving on the highway and the shit shut off on me on the highway and I had to push it. Almost died, man. Motherfuckers honking their horn at me like, what do you want me to do, man? I'm pushing my car. Like, hello? How about you come help me instead of honking that stupid ass horn you got? That was my last straw. I literally I pulled my car into the parking lot of a dealership that was right off the highway. And I'm like, yo, I need a new car. I don't know if you guys have the Sonata. Yeah, we have the Sonata here. The Hyundai Sonata. Sonata's not bad. But a dealership I went to, they didn't have any Sonatas for some reason. And I'm like, yo, I need something right now that I could get in the next hour. So we ended up getting that. Gonna start in 2 minutes. Any questions, guys, let me know. Any specific pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. Again, if not, we'll get started in 2 minutes and we'll go on from there. Should be a pretty quick session. Based on the moves that the market gave us today, not really, yeah, not really expecting too much out of the charts. I'm gonna be honest. AU gave us a nice inducement of the 30-minute low. Well, no, not really. My bad. False alarm. We made a new 30-minute low. Right, and we'll be looking for a pullback to be given. So there's a lot of these pairs that we just gotta wait, just a little bit longer for price to give us some nice entries. What's going on trading? How's the charts looking? Like shit, man. Finna update all my shit today. But yeah, I updated all my charts yesterday. Nothing good. I mean, we're in really good areas. Just waiting for price to kind of start turning around for a lot of these pairs. Um, a lot of pairs just moving counter trend. A lot of pairs are just in zones of consolidation, and we're just pretty much waiting for price to turn back around. But everything's good though. So far, he's losing the battle. Yo, Kenda, take a screenshot of the chat. Take a screenshot of the chat and talk to me in 6 months. How about that? How about that, Kenda? Take a screenshot of the chat and put it in your calendar 6 months from now. Let's talk about percentages 6 months from now. What battle? What did I miss? Yo, Muhammad. Me and Kendall made a little bet, a little side bet. He said done. Ah, bruh. You've awoken a demon in me, Kendall. Next trade I get, y'all, I'm full porting, 100%ing the account in one trade. Watch. Me and Kendall made a little side bet, yo. First person to first person to reach a milli. Well, no, the last person that reaches a mil is gay. So there's that. He doesn't have to lose the bet for us to know what side he's rocking in, but you should have seen the fucking text message he sent me today. He was talking about, yo, I wish I was on my mom's flight. Alright. He was texting me today talking about, yo, I wish I was on my mom's flight right now. Hey, I bet you do, buddy. I bet you do. How to tell this guy to drink water at 3 p.m., bro. Shit's unreal. Yo, it's cold, man. Them was his people, man, not me. That's you and your brother, bro. Why? What's on the flight? I don't think I could say it without getting flagged on YouTube, but Kendall could type it out if he wants. Love it, little inside jokes, man. I already, you said, alright, buddy. Yeah, I know you and your brother would have been tag teaming on that flight. On some John Cena and Rey Mysterio type shit. What was on that flight? Some men with high estrogen? Yo. Candle does. 100% he does, Muhammad. Jumper dude. Alright, bro. Let's pipe down. Pipe down. You should see what he texts me. Alright. I thought that was just gonna be between me and you. I guess not. I wish I could insert my Mr. Krabs emoji on the chat, man. Might have to watch out. Don't let them swindle you. Insert your what? Yo, my Mr. Krabs emoji, bro. Chill out, man. Come on. 7 p.m., bro. Chill out with that. We like her, she like us too. Yo, my bad, team. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna posting the link on Instagram real quick. It's his first day back. He trying to. I think he want to be talking about sweet shit. That's all you, man. That's all you. It's all you, my brethren. All right, we ready, team? Let me know. We good to go? Any questions? Any specific pairs you guys want me to go over? Damn, I've been on this shit for 30 minutes already. We haven't even started. This is insane, man. I'm so sorry. I swear to God, yo, time goes by so quick. As soon as I press that go live button, time just flies. I don't get it. I don't understand. Alright, no questions in the chat so far. Perfect. You were late 15 minutes. I was not 15 minutes late. First of all, I was 15 minutes early because we start the session at 7 p.m. That's just first of all. So technically, I'm 2 minutes late right now. I'd be asking you guys questions in the chat. Y'all just stay quiet. Like, what am I supposed to do about that? What did I do? What did I do? It's not my fault. Like, I'm on your guys' time right now. It was up to me, we would have been done 10 minutes ago. But y'all motherfuckers want to join late, don't want to ask no questions. Like shit, my bad. I didn't know I was doing a trading session with veteran traders, man. No questions on mine. My chart is a mess. 2 months. Yeah, you gotta get your shit updated, Muhammad. Come on, man. Lock in. And I was speaking so highly of you yesterday. What's good, Albert? Welcome, my brother. Hope I'm not late. Was about to go to bed. Just got home from work. Welcome home, my brother. Nah, you're not late, man. You're right on time. I haven't even started. I was waiting for you, actually. As a matter of fact. Albert, any questions, my brother? I know it's late for you, so, I'll take a minute. We'll start at 7:05, bro. I swear to God, I'm starting at 7:05. Any questions, let me know. Got 45 seconds. Any questions, any specific pairs you guys want me to go over? Let me know. I was in the middle of an academic comeback. Hey, man. Had to lock in. Nah, yeah, that's facts. I've told you that before, man. Lock that shit in. Finish up what you gotta do in your semester, man, and then come back. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's good, Kendall. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. I wish I could fuck every girl in the world. Yo, I left my debit card at the dealer, man. I have to go pick that shit up. Um, I've been slacking with the charts lately. Updating them and combining work is not as easy as I thought. Nah, trust me, I know this shit is really not easy, man. We were having that. Me and Kendall were having that conversation yesterday in the trading session, and we spoke about that. It's really not it's not easy. And not only did I have this, I'll say this and then we'll get started, but I was having a conversation with somebody on Saturday or Friday. I forgot what day it was. Somebody that I met, and we were just talking. He brought up trading, and then I don't go up and tell people, "Oh, I trade." When I'm in person, I don't really be talking about that shit. But he brought up the conversation of trading and how he's been trying to get into it, but it's difficult with the line of work that he does. And I was telling him, I'm like, brother, like, you know, all you really need is an hour a day. All you need is an hour a day. Whether that's you sacrificing an hour of sleep, to wake up a little bit earlier before you go to work, to update your charts and do what you gotta do, or you sacrifice an hour of sleep and you go to sleep a little bit later. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I'm not speaking for everybody, but for the most part, 99% of humans, you know, we there's a whole bunch of stuff that we do that is just a waste of time. Whether that's Netflix, watching movies, watching TV shows, looking at the TV, going on YouTube, doom scrolling on TikTok before bed, or as soon as you wake up, whatever the case is. You have an hour a day to dedicate to a skill, right? And this is outside of trading in general. Like, if you want to make it a goal to go to the gym, you either have to wake up a little bit earlier or you have to go to sleep a little bit later. Um, whatever the case is, if you're still in school like Muhammad, right? Like, you have to sacrifice some things to be able to make sure that you're studying and that you're doing what you got to do to be able to graduate. And again, this is what I'm saying goes so much more than just trading, right? It's life in general. You're gonna have to sacrifice some things to make whatever it is that you want to do work. Um, And I get it. Again, I understand life gets difficult, right? We've seen it many times with me on the streams. Like how many streams have I missed? Or how many days that I tell you guys that yo, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not doing this today. Yesterday was one of those days, but we tackled it. Yesterday was a prime example. Like, yo, I really didn't want to do the session yesterday. I was not in a good mood, and we did it anyway. Even though I half-assed it, we did it anyway, right? And it's just one of those things. Like, and exactly what you said. I think you need to get a tablet to make it easier, right? Like, whatever it is that you need to do to make things easier. I always what's the word I'm looking for? Damn. Um, I'll always support those decisions, right? Whether it's a tablet, laptop, another phone, whatever the case is. But I was having that conversation with somebody a few days ago because he was telling me the same thing, like, oh, I just don't got time. Like, nah, brother, you got time. I promise. We all have time, right? Because I bet if your girlfriend or your boyfriend, right, if they tell you, yo, you need to make time for me, you're gonna do what you gotta do to make time for that person, right? So it's just how it is, man. It's how life is. Yeah, if I were to use that excuse like, oh, I don't have time, like I wouldn't have done what I did in gaming. I wouldn't have done what I've been doing here in trading, right? With the businesses that I have as well and what I've been able to accomplish. It's we could have made excuses the entire time, right? It's 2026. I started this life journey in 2016, so for the last 10 years, how many excuses I could have came up with? Too tired, I'm hungry, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work, man. But in general, life is a lot of work. Doesn't matter what you do, whether you're an employee, whether you're an owner, whether you're a boss, whether you're a manager. It doesn't matter what you do, life is difficult. And there's always going to be obstacles you have to come across, and there's always ways to go around it, man. Dog just side-eyed me on the elevator. You start barking at him or what? All right, let's get started, guys. Holy shit, we've been in here for 37 minutes. I haven't even done one pair. All right, so as always for AUD USD and AUD CAD, we're just gonna go over it. Daily time frame, 4-hour time frame, 30-minute time frame. We'll go from the top to bottom analysis on these pairs. All these other pairs, again, if you guys don't really have any questions in the chat, I'm just gonna fly through it. So we should be done in the next 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes maybe. I'm gonna make sure, whatever pairs that we need to talk about that are actually making some moves, we'll talk about it, we'll explain it, we'll do what we gotta do. If there's nothing really to talk about, then again, it should be pretty quick. So bear with me. Again, I only have one monitor, so after every pair, I'll go back and forth from the chart to the chat, and vice versa. So any questions, let me know. Anything you guys want me to talk about, explain, anything at all, just let me know, and we'll do that. For those people watching the recording, welcome, hello. If you have any questions, you could always leave the questions in the comment section. You could hit me up on Discord, Instagram, Twitter, fucking Tumblr, fucking LinkedIn, wherever you want to hit me up. Send me a message. I'm more than happy to help. Man. All right, let's get started. So AUD USD, we know that we are in level 3 on a downtrend, and right now we're at the top of the zone of consolidation on a downtrend, right? We're in A2. Understanding and knowing that we are at the top of the zone of consolidation, we know that this is our safety trade. This is the point of interest where we want to start looking to take those trades to go back down to the bottom. And doing this for Inferno as well. I'm not sure if he's in the YouTube chat. Let me see if he messaged me on Discord. He hasn't yet. Okay. Right, and I'll explain this for Inferno and for everybody else, right? A little refresher for everybody. Right? We're on a downtrend. We have the first push to the bottom side, the first zone of consolidation. The first zone of consolidation on a downtrend is going to be above the 800 EMA or right on the 800 EMA, where price is moving sideways and we're right on the 800 EMA. Then we have level 2, the downtrend push to the bottom. Then we have the second zone of consolidation, where the second zone of consolidation is going to be either below the 800 EMA or right on it. And we have a variation where we're below the 800, but then price just kept moving sideways, right on the 800, perfect. We have the second zone of consolidation, and then we had the break of structure of the zone of consolidation that gave us the lower low, right? So looking at the downtrend and how price is moving, we know we had lower low, lower high, lower low. Price gave us an equal high, then price moved sideways, then it gave us a lower low break of structure. And right now what we're looking for is for price to give us a set lower high, which is where we're at right now, to then continue back down to the bottom to reach our previous peak lows from the previous uptrend cycle to go back down to the previous peak lows, right? So we're back at the top of the zone of consolidation. We know that we are in our safety trade. This is where we want to start looking for our entries, start looking for any confirmations that tell us that price is going to continue these downtrend pushes. So here on the daily time frame, we know we have 2 months of counter rise, perfect, moving against the trend. We also know that we have a daily engulfing candle at these highs. So we already know, at least we have a point of interest now on AUD USD that tells us, or that at least gives us a starting confirmation that lets us know that price is going to continue these downtrend pushes. On the 4-hour time frame, we don't really have anything. We're still on an uptrend, higher high, higher low, higher high. Price gave us a week of no net, so we have no continuations, right? And then on the lower time frames, we could also see that we have a little internal shoulder head shoulder at these highs, right? We have a little shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and we got the break of structure that we were looking for in that shoulder head shoulder. Perfect, right? So at this point now we have 2 different sets of confirmations that tell us that price is going to continue these downtrend pushes. We had a day of drop on Friday, right? Today's Monday, right? I'm bugging. We have a day of drop which was Friday. Today, Monday, price gave us a day of no net. Again, a day of no net is when price is just moving sideways, when price opens and closes in the same area, in the same price point. So we have a day of no net. We have no continuations at this point. Give me 1 second. My mommy just texted me. Um, she said, "Go look at the moon." Hello? Like, I can't right now. Right, so we have another set of confirmations on the 30-minute time frame, which is 3 confirmations that let us know that price is going to go down. We have a change of character, lower low, lower high, and we have the break of structure, lower low. Now, what I would really love to see on AU, I would love to see price tap into the daily engulfing candle that we have at these highs. Right, so not only that, another set of confirmation that we have is that 30-minute gap at the bottom of the market that we know price eventually has to fill this gap up. Now again, gaps in the market, we know they don't need to be filled right away. It could take a couple days, it could take a couple weeks, it could take a couple months, it could take a year, but we know that we have that confirmation letting us know that price is eventually gonna come back down. So that's the confirmations that we're looking for, right? So AU, we could see as soon as the market opened a couple hours ago, started trailing back up to the top side, and that's okay. Again, I don't trade counter trend. I'm gonna wait for price to start giving us lower lows and lower highs for me to start taking these trades back down to the bottom. So AU is definitely one for this week that we want to keep an eye on. We want to continue to just keep an eye on this pair. As soon as we have those confirmations that price is going to continue these downtrend pushes, we'll take the trades, right? No rush. We'll wait for our confirmations for those entries. And again, guys, any questions, let me know. For AUD CAD, daily time frame, once again, where are we? We know that we are in A1. A1 is the first zone of consolidation on a downtrend, right? We had push number 1 to the bottom side, then we had the zone of consolidation where price is rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, going back to the highs, going back to the lows. And where is price right now? Back at the highs. Price gave us an inducement of the high. We have a month of rise, no continuations, no problem. We have no engulfing candles on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, no engulfing candles. Price is still giving us that uptrend push on the 4-hour time frame as well. Gave us the inducement of the high, then started going back down. 1-hour time frame, just checking to see if we have any engulfing candles that we missed. We had an engulfing candle here that I believe price tapped into. Let me see. Nope, not yet. So AUD CAD on the 4-hour time frame, we also have an engulfing candle at these highs. So let's mark this up. 1 hour engulfing. I wish I could fuck every girl in the world. And then we know we had higher high, higher high, lower low change of character. Then price gave us just inducements of these lows, right? And then price gave us a little change of character back to the top side here with this push. So, you know, yesterday I was saying in the session, I was like, oh, I'm not going to mark these 30-minute lows just yet. But technically speaking, we are trading lower low, lower high, lower low. And this is where price gave us that change of character. Now, I'm at a point with ACAD where I don't even want to mark this as lower low, lower high, lower lows, and this is the change of character back to the top side. I really don't want to mark it up that way. And then let's see if this is a valid engulfing here too. Yes, this is a valid engulfing candle here on the 30-minute as well. Right, we have a bearish engulfing candle here, two green candles, and then that engulfing red candle, which is the bearish candle. So let's mark this one up. We have 2 points of interest at these highs, man. This is should be a really good trading month, man. Fuck, finally. How am I gonna mark this up? Let's think about this real quick. Alright, we know we have a day of rise. Once again, I really don't want to mark this as lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high change of character. You know, regardless, you know, this is the inducement of the high is what we have right now. But I am expecting price. You know what? I'm gonna mark it up like this. Fuck it. For now. And if we need to update this in the next couple days, we will. But ACAD, keep an eye on ACAD as well. This is gonna be one for tomorrow to keep an eye on for sure. Again, I'm going back and forth from the charts to the chat, so any questions, just let me know, guys. So far, so good though. No questions in the chat. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a cup of water real quick. Alright, I'm back. We back, we back, we back. Alright, no questions in the chat then, bro. Swear to God, you guys are master traders, man. I'm not gonna say the other word, but you guys are master traders, man. No question in the chat. You guys chilling? You guys good? Euro AUD, we are in level 3 on an uptrend, waiting for price to give us a set higher low to then continue back up to make another higher high and that last third push to the top side into our previous peak high cycle that we had. We had the double bottom, we had push number 1, first zone consolidation on an uptrend is going to be under the 800 EMA or right on it, and we were right on it. We have push number 2, then we have V2, which is the second zone of consolidation, which is going to be either on the 800 EMA or over the 800 EMA, right on top of it, and we're above it, right above the 800 EMA, and then we have the start that gave us the break of structure of the zone of consolidation, which was this entire push to the top side, right? The valid break happened here and gave us that push where price gave us the higher high. So we know that on the daily time frame, we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high to the top side, and all we're looking for, right? All we're looking for is for price to give us a set higher low to then continue into the higher low, back up into the higher high. We know that we have this gap at the bottom of the market, which was made on the daily time frame. We have the 800 EMA right on it as well, super close to it. We have 2 months to drop, this month being the third month. We can see that price is still continuing that downtrend push. On the 4-hour time frame, we have 2 weeks of drop. This week being the third week, again, we could see that price is just continuing those pushes back down to the bottom. And on the internal time frame, 30-minute time frame, we could see that price just gave us an inducement, right? Gave us an inducement of the high, went right back down to the bottom, right? Didn't give us a clean break. That wick on the green candle is still touching that 30-minute break. So we know that that was just an inducement market. And we know we had a gap at the beginning of the session. Price induced the highs, came down, filled those gaps up, and went right back down to the bottom. So for EA, well, wait, I'm gonna still mark this up like this. I'm gonna keep it like this for now, and then we'll update this tomorrow. But again, before we could even consider to take trades on EA, we need to see that change of character to the top side. After the change of character, we need to see a valid break. After we get that break, once we start seeing the uptrend pushes, that's when I'm gonna start looking to take these trades again. So EA, we still have a little bit more of waiting to do. We'll be expecting price to fill these gaps up first to then continue back up to the top side. Dude, it is cold. No questions? Alright, cool. My fingers hurt so bad. Especially the fucking one that I chopped off, dude. I gotta get some hand warmers. A little bit of hand warmers. EuroCAD, we are in peak high territory, so you guys already know I'm not going to be trading this pair. So real quick, I'm gonna just update it, but I'm not going to be trading it. Let me just see if this finished as a no net like we talked about yesterday. Super close to a no net, but we did a little rise. We do have a bearish engulfing candle as well, but again, we're in peak high territory, so I'm not gonna mark that up just yet. We have a week of drop, no continuations. And then on the 30-minute, we are still trading between the lower low and the lower high that was set from last week. And then for today, price just moved sideways, gave us a no net. No problem. On to the next one. We could turn that one off. EURUSD, daily time frame. Where are we? Right? As I was explaining yesterday, could we say that we are in V2, the second zone of consolidation on an uptrend, and we're looking for that level 3 push to the top side? We could say that. We could say that. I do like it, right? Just looking at all the rules, right? So we know level 1, first zone consolidation is going to be below or on the 800, and we're on the 800. In level 2, we want to see the 50 cross above the 200. Boom, we got that. Level 3, we want to start seeing the EMA start fanning, right? We want to start seeing the EMAs pull away from each other. Sorry, I couldn't get that word out. Right? We want to see the EMAs start pulling away from each other. Right? So that's exactly what we're seeing. So perfect. All our rules right now are being followed. Everything that we want to see on the charts, they're doing it. Second zone of consolidation on an uptrend is going to be either above the 800 EMA or right on it, and we're above the 800 EMA. Right? Sideways movement where price has been rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, coming back to the highs. Right? The only thing we don't have as of right now is a valid break above the zone of consolidation, but that's okay. Right? This is price just rejecting highs and rejecting lows the entire time. So we also know, right, let's add a line here so we're not confused. We also know that we have 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, the market must do what? Move sideways or go down. So at the top of the zone of consolidation, price gave us a 3rd month push to the top side already. What am I expecting? I'm expecting price to go back down. So that's what we're going to be waiting for. As soon as EU gives us higher highs and higher lows again on the internal time frame, on the 30-minute time frame, that's when I'll start looking to take these trades again. No continuations on the 4-hour time frame, and then on the 30-minute, we know we had a 30-minute gap at these lows. That price went down, filled it up today on the moves that we made. No problem. We had higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price gave us a lower low. Let me mark this up again. Give me 1 second. We had the change. All of this is part of the same trend. Right, so we know that we're trading between these lows down here on EU. I'm going to mark up this entire zone here so we can have a little bit of space. We have 2 days of drop. So again, once we start seeing higher highs and higher lows on EU once again, that's when I'll start looking to take those trades back to the top side. So gonna wait it out just a little bit. Wait for our confirmations and then we'll go from there. GA, GA Sports, it's in the game. Daily time frame, we are in peak high territory. So again, very similar to ECAD. Peak high territory, I'm not going to be trading. So I'm just going to update this chart real quick if we need to. No continuations, no breaks. 30-minute time frame, still trading lower low and lower high. 30-minute time frame, we have a day of no net. Nothing to talk about on GA. We'll go ahead and go on to the next pair. GCAD, daily time frame. We are in, excuse me, well, GCAD, we are in level 3 on an uptrend. Instead of price giving us a simple higher high, higher low, it decided to just give us a zone of consolidation, just sideways movement. So this is another pair that we're going to have to just be a little patient. Start looking for those higher highs and higher lows. We're back at the top of the zone of consolidation as well for GA, or I'm sorry, for GCAD. Not the best spot to look for a trade. Right now, ask you guys the question in the chat. When you are in an uptrend, is it better to take a trade going long at the top of the zone of consolidation or at the bottom? Right, that's the number one question I'm gonna leave you guys with. Right, the second thing to think about and to start looking for is when you're taking a trade going long, right, when you're in a buy position at the top of the zone of consolidation, would you rather wait for price to give you a valid break of structure of the highs, or are you gonna take a trade after an inducement of the high? Right, so those are two questions I'll leave you guys with to think about. You know, if you want to answer the question in the chat, you can. I'm not gonna give you guys the answer. Sorry, I just messed up. That was a 4-hour high. And then on the 30-minute time frame, we're still in a huge zone of consolidation as well. So this is another pair for me right now. Personally, I'm gonna wait for the breaks. I'm gonna wait for the break of structures of these highs before I consider to take a trade in these areas. Right, so GCAD, on to the next one. GJ, daily time frame, we are still in peak high territory. Right, this is another pair that, you know, at this point with GJ, I'm more just kind of waiting for price to do whatever it is that it needs to do. We had 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, the market must move sideways or go down, and we ended up just moving sideways. So again, price is doing exactly what it needs to do. 4-hour time frame. What are we doing? In a zone of consolidation where price is rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows the entire time. And then we also had a week of no net, no continuations at this point. And then on the 30-minute time frame, price gave us a gap in the beginning of the day yesterday, the beginning of the market, or the beginning of the week. Price came down, filled it up during Asia session, and then end of Asia going into London, we ended up going back to the top side, and we finished the day on a day of rise with GJ. Go ahead and delete this line now and go on to the next one. GU on the daily time frame. Same thing as EU, very similar. Right, we have level 1, first zone of consolidation, the break of structure where price gave us higher high, higher low, then price gave us higher high. In the next higher high, what did price do? Give us a second zone of consolidation. Right, similar to EU, we don't have a valid break of the highs. We had 2 months of rise, last month being the 3rd month of rise. Price gave us that 3rd month push, and we already know, very similar to the other pair, guys. After 3 months of rise, what must the market do? For the month of February, I'm expecting price to either start consolidating and moving sideways, or we're going to get price to give us a pullback. Perfect. Price is doing exactly what it needs to do, guys. I'm a follower of rules here. We had a week of rise, and then price gave us a week of no net, so we have no continuations at this point. If price would have given us a second week of rise, I could have been expecting price to continue this push to the top side, but right now is not something that I'm expecting. We also had a gap at the bottom of the market that price filled for today. Perfect. We had a day of drop on Friday. Today, Monday, price gave us a second day of drop. So we'll definitely be patient with GU, and it gave us a change of character back down to the bottom. So we're trading now between this high up here and these lows down here. And I'm going to mark it up from here to here just to have a little bit of breathing room. And we'll be back looking at GU later on this week. And again, guys, we're pretty much almost done. So any questions, please feel free to let me know. NZD USD, man, I haven't even updated this chart. What the fuck? What the hecky? Give me 1 minute, man. Let me update this shit for y'all. We have a day of rise on Thursday. Friday gave us a day of drop. Right after 3 days of rise, which was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, market must move sideways or go down, and we ended up going down. And then price gave us 2 days of drop. We had higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price went down and gave us a change of character, lower low. So we are now trading between these lows and those highs on the top. Who joined Discord, man? Yo, am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Yo, what's good, my brother? Yeah, I'm doing the class. Yeah, peace out. My bad. Let's go to NU. Did we go to the daily or did I start on the 30 with this one? I started on the 30, right? So NU, we know we are in A2. Again, A2 is a second zone consolidation on a downtrend, right? You guys can see I have this labeled up. Level 1, first zone consolidation. Level 2, second zone consolidation. And we're looking for that level 3 back down to the bottom into the previous peak lows. But before we could start seeing price push down, we need to see price give us a valid break. We don't have that yet, right? And that's okay, right? We're not always going to get a valid break right away. Price, if it wants to continue to consolidate, it could do that, right? That's one question as a trader that we don't have the answer to, right? How much is price going to move, right? Or I would say how far is a trend going to go, right? How long is a zone of consolidation going to last for? Those are questions we just don't have the answers to, right? But we already understand. If price comes back to the top of the zone consolidation the same way it did in AUD CAD, the same way that it did on AUD USD, right? We know that we could take those trades back down to the bottom. Or if price rejects the highs inside the consolidation zone, we know that we could start looking for price to go back down. Right now, we don't have that. Right now, we're just still waiting to see how far back is this pullback going to be, right? And price did reach our first point of interest, which is the previous highs that we made. So at this point, now we're waiting to see, when is price going to start these downtrend pushes? On NZD USD as well, on the daily time frame, we have a bearish engulfing candle. Beautiful. Let's mark this up real quick. Daily engulfing. On the 4-hour time frame, we had a week of rise, then price gave us a second week of rise going counter trend. And then on the 4-hour time frame, we had higher high, higher low, and this is our higher high over here. We're going to mark up this wick and the body of this green candle to have a little bit of room for price to do whatever it needs to do. And then on the 30-minute time frame, all we have is a change of character back down to the bottom. So NU is definitely a pair for this week to keep an eye on. Would love to see what price does at these highs when it reaches our engulfing candle. Dude, it is so fucking cold in here. And we're pretty much at the end of our list, guys. US 30, gold, Bitcoin, oil, and silver. You guys already know, at this point, these are pairs that there's really not a lot to talk about during the isolation sessions. These last 4 pairs are pretty much just ones that I look at in the morning. If I see something, we see it. But we're in peak high territory for US 30. We're in peak high territory for gold. We're in peak high territory for silver. US oil is still in the first zone of consolidation, and Bitcoin is just doing whatever it wants to do. So there's really not a lot to talk about. US 30, we had a 3rd month push to the top side. That price looks like it wants to start reaching it already as well. But we are still in a zone of consolidation where price is rejecting highs, going back down, rejecting lows, going back up, rejecting highs, going back down, rejecting lows, going back up. There's really not a lot to talk about. You know, if we're on our charts the way we were for the last two trades that we took, where we have a nice entry after price gives us a rejection of the lows to go back, or if it gives us a rejection of the high to go back down to the bottom, then we'll take it. So we're at that area now with US 30, where all we have to do is just show up to the charts tomorrow, and if it gives us a rejection of the high again, we know we can start taking those trades back down to the bottom. So we'll be patient with US 30. We'll let price do whatever it has to do. Um, gold is another pair where at this point, let's go ahead and update this now that we have set highs on both the daily and the 4-hour time frame as well. But we're in peak high territory. Again, we're in the highest point in the market. Price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows. This is another pair where I'm keeping an eye on it, of course. But this is more of a, wake up, look at the chart. If you see something, take it. Right? There's not a lot I could talk about when it comes to gold. A lot of these pairs are just doing whatever they want to do at this point. I'm sorry, I'm shivering. We had 3 weeks of rise. After 3 weeks of rise, the market must move sideways or go down, and we ended up going down. So again, even though these pairs look crazy, they're following rules. There's rules the market has to follow, and it's always going to follow the rules. And then on the 30-minute time frame, man, look at all those missed TPs, bro. Just because the market wants to move, as soon as the fucking session start, price just wants to move. It's like, alright, bro, you couldn't give us a few hours to be present? Like, whatever. Right? All these gaps on the market that price finally filled. You know, congrats if you ended up catching these moves. But, these were moves that we've been waiting for the last couple weeks. That unfortunately just didn't give us the entry at the time that we're on the charts. So, and you could already see the market opened, gave us a gap once again, and is already flying to ADR. So what trade is gold? You already know I'm not gonna be trading gold, man. STP's already hit for this shit, so you just gotta be patient, bro. You gotta let gold do what it has to do, and then when it's our turn to take the trades, we'll take them. I'm in no rush. No rush at all. We had a day of no net. Then we had a day of drop. Then we had a day of no net. We have that gap at the bottom, and we still have this gap at the bottom as well. Let me mark this up, 30-minute gap, so we know what we're looking at. On to the next pair, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I'm going to turn this shit off because I don't even have this updated for the last couple days. And I'm not trading Bitcoin, so we could just turn that off. US oil gave us 2 days of rise, gave us 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must move sideways or go down, and we ended up just moving sideways again. Market is always going to follow the rules that it has to follow every single time. And then gave us a day of drop today. We are still trading higher high, higher low, and then price gave us these higher highs all the way at the top side. So right now oil is still on an uptrend on the 30-minute time frame. Overall daily time frame market makers pattern, we know that we are in an uptrend. I'm sorry, in a downtrend. Right? We know we had push number 1, first zone consolidation. Push number 2 that gave us the break of structure where price gave us a lower low, gave us a lower high, went back to the lows, gave us an inducement of the low, and then price started going back to the top side. It gave us a month of no net and then gave us a month of rise. And then on the 4-hour time frame, price ended up giving us a week of rise and then gave us a second week of rise last week. Moving counter trend once again. And then the last pair of the night, silver. Let's go ahead and update this as well real quick. We have our daily highs over here. We have a couple months of rise, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then price ended up giving us a no net at this point. 4-hour time frame. gonna have to update the 4-hour time frame as well, but I'm not gonna do that today. 4-hour time frame. Price gave us 3 weeks of rise. After 3 weeks of rise, the market must move sideways or go down, and we ended up going down. So again, price is always gonna do exactly what it needs to do. And then on the 30-minute time frame, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low, all the way down to the bottom. It went lower high and it gave us an inducement of the low. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is just mark up our highs. And then we're just gonna mark up this over here for now. We had a gap at the bottom of the market. That price filled up already. And then the market gave us a day of rise on Friday, and then today, Monday, price gave us a day of no net, so no continuations on oil for right now. That's pretty much it, team. Any questions, let me know. A few pairs to keep an eye on for tomorrow, so we'll definitely be live in the morning, and I'll let you guys know if there's really anything to trade or anything to look at tomorrow morning. Any questions, let me know. Give you guys a couple of seconds here in the chat. Any questions, any other specific pairs you guys want me to go over, anything you guys want me to talk about, let me know. No questions, going once, going twice. I'll give you guys another 15 seconds, man. Any questions, anything you guys want me to go over, anything you want me to talk about, anything, any other pairs, anything in specific that you guys want me to go over, let me know. Alright, seems like you guys are good. Muhammad says 100 questions for now. Alright, but no questions for now. Alright, Muhammad, no problem, my brother. Kendall says, nah, I'm cool. Alright, bro. So you're more than cool, yo. You cold as fuck right now. AU, AC, and NU. Yep. AU, AC, and NU. AU, we'll be looking for a pullback. AC, we're looking for that pullback. Let's go through these pairs one more time real quick just to make sure. EA is moving counter. EU currently still moving counter. GCAD, nothing for now. GJ, we're in peak high, but we could keep an eye on GJ. GJ is another pair that I trade like US30 pretty much. You know, if we wake up in the morning and we see something, we'll talk about it. Nothing on GU. NU, we're looking for that pullback as well. Again, US30, like I just said, this is more of if we wake up and we see something, we'll take it. Gold already for the day hit STP, so gold is pretty much done for the day. And then oil and silver, you know, pretty much very similar. These are going to be pairs where if we wake up and we see an entry, we'll take it. If not, there's really nothing else to talk about. So send the watch list on Discord. Yo, how about you send the watch list on Discord, Kendall? You're always making me do shit. How about you send it this time? How about that, my brother? Trust, I've been telling him he sends the first days and doesn't. Yo, because I'm not here to be your babysitters, bro. Like, what are you guys talking about? This is your guys' turn, bro. I've given you guys free gems for the last 4 years. Leave me the fuck alone. I've been giving you guys free gems for the last 4 years, and you still want me to give you more gems? I can't. I can't. First of all. Second of all, go look at the Discord. You motherfuckers aren't even active in the Discord. I'd be asking you guys questions. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you guys need? Any questions? Ain't nobody fucking messaging back in Discord. So how about that? What am I gonna post the link? What am I gonna post the watch list for? So you guys could just stare at it? Nah. You guys gotta start doing something for me. How about that? How about that? Crazy, bro. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna talk my shit, cause I can. Let's go down. Let me find the Discord. How many fucking messages? The only fucking day that anybody messaged in the chat was when everybody saw that Adrian was winning. Before that, dude, nobody has sent a message. The 16th of January, think about it. We're on the 2nd of February. The last message that somebody sent was Kendall, which was a US 30 trade. Before that, nothing else. Until I took a trade on the 13th of January, and that's when everybody wants to message again. That's it. And before that, nothing. Happy New Year messages. Think about it. Like, nobody's been active in the Discord this entire year, except for fucking Kendall and Adrian. That's it. So, ain't nobody. I'm not posting shit in Discord till motherfuckers want to start being active again. How about that? Chill, my shit is banned here when I'm not active. I ain't active when I am. It's all good, my brother. I feel bad now. You know what? It's not all good. Feel bad. Feel bad. How about that? It's all good, man. I've been talking to myself for the last 4 fucking months. It's just been me. Nobody active in Discord. All right. But all right, guys. Since there's no more questions in the chat, hope everyone has a great rest of their night. We'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Um, if anyone has any questions, you guys know you could always message me in Discord. I'll be active. And that's pretty much it, yo. For you guys who are living up north, stay bundled up. It's fucking freezing. For you guys who live in the south, it's cold as fuck. Make sure you guys put a hoodie on. For you guys who live in another country that don't get cold weather,